Alright, we are. What's up, guys? It's your boy McKinley Crain here, and today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free movie review of Fear Street Part 1, 1994. Now, let's get into it. And yes, if you haven't already noticed, I had to change the lighting for this video because, you know, the glaring light from my fan, like from my ceiling light, was just too bright and too annoying. So yeah, I had to turn it off. Anyway, so this is the first film in a 3-part Netflix trilogy of films that are, like, you know, all coming out close to each other. Like, Fear Street Part 2, 1978 is coming out tomorrow, and Fear Street 1666 Part 3, 1666 is supposed to come out, I think in like a week and a half or something. And I'm really looking forward to those two films. Anyway, but, you know, I'm going to be reviewing the first one in this video, specifically. So, if you haven't already guessed, this movie takes place in the year 1994. And it's a comedy horror film. Ooh. And so basically in this movie, like a whole bunch of killings start happening, like a whole bunch of random teenagers are getting killed. By, this reoccurring killer that everybody's just like, wait, isn't he dead? Didn't like the police get him and shoot this guy? Or, like, they're just like, isn't this guy dead? So yeah, there's like a killer on the loose, and basically this group of teens end up pissing off and getting in the middle of whatever evil it is causing, like, you know, these killings to happen. And yeah, those friends I'm talking about are you know, a group of friends that, you know, some of the characters are more important in this story than others. The main character in this movie is Ruby Lane, who's played by Jordan DiNatale, however you pronounce her last name. I can't think very well right now. Getting a little dizzy. So yeah, it's Ruby and her friends. And one of them is like her little brother, so I don't know if that can technically count as a friend, but... And yeah, so since they're in the middle of all this evil, they try to solve it, and they try to find out what exactly is causing this evil that's making all these killings happen, how to stop it, and what are its motivations, like, you know, like why is it causing all these killings. And it's a really fun ride. It's a really fun movie. It has a lot of humor in it, and the humor in it is great and very witty and funny. It's a horror movie, so yeah, it has like a lot of horror themes in it and jump scares, and they're all great. And it has some great acting, some great character chemistry, some great writing, some very clever writing. The writing is very clever and unique, and really works. Like, works very well. And, you know, the story is you know, really surprises you sometimes. And it's just really, really great writing. And the acting is great. And, you know, I also love the whole setting of this movie. Like, I love the 1994 setting. I think they captured that perfectly. I was not alive during 1994. It's a little bit that's a little bit before my time, but I'm familiar with, like, you know, how it was back then and stuff like that, and it made me nostalgic for a time when I was never even alive. Like, that's how good it was. And I also love this movie's soundtrack. I think that it was a very great, like, you know, selection of songs to put in there that really worked well with the scenes in this movie. And this movie, you know, this movie is just a really fun movie. That's the kind of movie that, like, you know, you can, like, watch with your friends or whatever. I'm not saying that this is a family movie at all. Like, it's not a family movie. Don't get that idea. This is not a family movie. Don't watch it with the family or whatever, unless, you know, this family of yours is, like, you know, is full of, like, mature audiences or whatever, because, you know, this ain't no kids movie. Although, you know, this movie's based on, like, you know, like an R.L. Stine book, and he usually writes kids stuff, but this ain't no kids movie. This has got, like, you know, a lot of violence and, you know, just off-color humor and stuff like that, and language that couldn't be in a kids movie. But what I'm saying is, you know, this is one of those movies that, like, you know, you can watch with your pals, and you can all laugh and jump out of your seats together, if that makes sense, together while watching this movie. What I'm saying is, it's like a really fun film. It's really enjoyable. The pacing's great. This movie is actually very fast-paced, in a good way, of course, that really benefits this movie story and this movie in general. And it has a lot of memorable characters, a lot of funny characters, and just a lot of three-dimensional characters that are great. And this movie was great. It exceeded my expectations. I expected it to be great, but not as great as it was, if that makes sense. Sorry I had to pause the video real quick. Anyway, I'm back to filming. Anyway, so yeah, it was better than I expected, especially with the ending of the film. I thought that, this film's ending was, like, the best part of the film. Although the whole film is great. Anyway, I'm going to give this film an 88% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A-. And I can't wait to see the sequel to this movie, which looks even better than this one does. Than this one is. Like, looks like, what I mean to say is, it looks like it's going to be even better than this one was. By the way, an 88% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A-. Like, subscribe, join the notification squad. I will return.